Now, opposite the authoritarian or communist control of mass media are the libertines. Now, don't confuse this with the Libertarian Party, which is a third party that most people are in favor of because they usually promote legalization of drugs. To understand libertarian media theory, you actually have to go all the way back to Sir Isaac Newton in the 1600s. Newton provided, along with Martin Luther and some others, scholars in his day, the idea that we could think for ourselves. You don't need a priest to explain God because you can read the Bible for yourself. The assumption is human beings are rational and can figure stuff out. By the way, the falling apple explaining gravity isn't true, strictly speaking, but nevertheless, a lot of what you've heard about Newton is true. To understand libertarianism, you go back to a speech from a guy named John Milton. You've probably heard of him if you're the sort of person who took a lot of literature classes. Milton gave a speech called the Areopagitica. The Areopagitica, it was given in 1644, was kind of an anti-government speech. He reminded King and Parliament that people could figure out the truth if they were given the opportunity. I say it was an anti-government speech because it sort of flew in the face of the authority of the day. Milton reminded them that if the ancient Greeks and Romans didn't have to censor, then why should England? His assumption was that there should be what he called a marketplace of ideas, where truth and falsehood could fight it out, and we as human beings can figure out truth from lie. We might choose the lie initially, but over time we'll correct ourselves. And stupid ideas were okay too, because there might be a grain of truth to them. This is true today, right? If you're brainstorming, someone might spit out an idea. You never actually say, that's stupid. You wait until generating time is over, and then you sort out the good ones from the bad ones. Milton's idea is a key to the First Amendment. This quote that you see from Sir William Berkeley is very indicative of the environment of the early colonies, right? The sort of thinking is among the reasons why 100 years later we were fighting a revolution. The United States media and other media like it were founded on the libertarian idea when it came to freedom of speech and freedom of, or even freedom from, religion. Note that the definition of truth in a libertarian system is like the slogan from X-Files. The truth is out there. If we work hard enough, everyone has equal platform, then we will ultimately choose the best idea because we are good people, because we are smart people, and because we are rational people. We're very close to libertarian media when it comes to the internet, right? There are very few restrictions on what you can say and what you can post. All manner of speech is out there in that marketplace. It's just as easy to go to InfoWars and read about how Democrats are harvesting adrenochrome from your babies as it is the New York Times. This is obviously one of the challenges, right, when it comes to libertarianism. There are other challenges, right? Advertising and PR make some messages louder than others. Platforms are not equal, right? We've talked about how gatekeeping and agenda setting are barriers to speech, right? The ideas that we talk about, the things we consider important, often come from mass media, whether we realize it or not. There are barriers to entry. While the internet has made it easier to get to various websites, most mass media are costly. If you want to start a TV station in Colombia, you have to get FCC approval, and tens of millions of dollars. The U.S. media aren't fully free, right? We have the FCC, we have corporations and other agenda-setting entities. And there are fully discredited ideas that still sort of hang around. We're still fighting battles over ideas that have been around for a long time. We might not be as rational as Milton might have thought. We might not be willing to work hard enough to sort out truth from lie. And so there are all these things that make people think maybe having a free press or free speech is causing as many problems as it solves.